Hello and welcome to the Shuffle Play On project. My name is Danielle Langua. I'm fascinated by our everyday relationships with art and media, but mostly I want people to give me music recommendations. I want it on my own selfish terms, though. So you see, when I listen to music, I tend to hit shuffle and listen to anything and everything I have rather than specific playlists or albums. So the guests here will do the same, sharing and discussing the first 7 songs that come up on Shuffle Play. Here's a caveat. I'm not going to play the songs for everyone to hear because I don't want the copyright police to come after me. However, I will put song information in the show notes, so feel free to check that out. Let's get into it. Today's marvelous guest is Kat. Kat, can you briefly introduce yourself and how we know each other?
Hey, so I'm Kat. I'm Danielle's sister, and I'm really excited to listen to music with her.
Nice. I'm so excited because I have no idea if this will ever actually be released publicly. This is just kind of a fun game. So, worst case scenario, I have an amazing recording of me and my sister talking about music. How cool is that? So, I am going to interrogate you. Tell me,
Okay.
how do you listen to music? Like when, what platforms, where, what artists, genres? Tell me everything you can think of.
So I love to have audio stimulation at most times throughout the day. So
You
I'm
do.
constantly listening to music everywhere. And if it's not music, it's an audiobook. I have something going on pretty much all of the time, whether it be an audiobook or just a random playlist or just any of the songs over the however long I've had my Spotify account that I've ever
Ah, so
liked.
you use Spotify. I too use
Yes.
Spotify. Oh,
Yes.
also, I should note, I just thought of this. You and I have very similar voices. So this will be
We
very
do.
interesting. I'm interested to do the editing process. Will I be able
Wait,
to tell
was
the difference? Who knows?
wait, did I say that or did she say that?
No idea. Who knows? It's a mystery. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions about your music taste and how you choose to select things. So here's my first question for you. How do you usually find new music?
So Spotify has this really great new thing where I don't remember what it's called. It's like enhancement or something. So what it does is it takes what you've listened to, and when you play a playlist or like your liked songs, it just randomly adds other songs that it thinks you might like. So gotta
Mm.
love that AI.
Yes, yes. I know. Well, I know a little bit about AI. I almost said I know a lot about AI, but I have met actual AI researchers, so I am in no way going to claim that I know a lot about it. For context, for anybody who happens to listen to this and who does not know me as a person, I am a PhD student in computer science. Uh, AI is not my area, but I am familiar with the program which you are talking about. So yeah, it is definitely an interesting way to find new music. I've used it a little bit here and there myself, but I think I lose patience with some of that stuff very quickly, where I'm just like, how dare you continuously recommend me this same artist? I've already told you I don't like it. And a lot of times it's just something like totally random, or it'll be a song from an artist I like, but it's like, I don't like that particular song. So how dare you recommend it to me? I always feel very insulted, and I don't know why.
I just skip it unless it's one of those like few songs that just get under my skin. And I love that Spotify has the feature of don't ever play this song for me again.
Yes, I have
But
used that feature myself.
the problem is there's always so many versions of that same song, and the AI wants to continue to
Yes.
recommend it.
Yes.
So I have like probably about 3 songs on my Spotify that I have as the never play this for me ever,
And it's just the
and
same
yet I
song.
still, yeah, and yet I still keep getting that recommendation, and so I have blocked so many versions of the same song that I really probably only have 2 or 3 songs blocked, but it's I probably have 15 to 25 songs, like officially songs blocked on my Spotify. if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's not surprising at all. It's interesting how these things work, and a lot of these things are fairly new. So it'll be interesting to see how the AI changes over time. So I have another question for you, transitioning quickly.
Yes.
Is there a particular musical moment in a video game or a movie or a TV show or something like that that has really stuck with you?
So it's yes. One that I can really think of in particular is, did you ever watch the show Lucifer with me and mom?
I have seen a few episodes of it. I kind of watched it when it was on, like when mom and dad were watching it, but it was not a show that I personally got super into.
It's a funny show, but one of the moments that like really stuck with me, it actually got me into an entire new genre of music. It was a season closer, the ending song.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's called My Love Will Never Die by
Ah,
AG something. I cannot quite remember the name. I can look it up. But that song got me into the like epic melodic genre, and I have been deep
ah,
diving into that genre of late, and
very
I
cool.
really enjoy it.
Send me it so I can put it in the show notes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, it's amazing that how things can really strike you in that way, and it leads you to learning about a brand new genre. Like I can think of a couple of different like cues that make me think of really impactful things. Like for example, the big one that sticks out in my mind personally is Avatar: The Last Airbender, specifically Leaves on the Vine. It is so
Oh
sad and it
yeah.
makes me so emotional every time I think about it. But it's such a beautiful little piece of music, and it sticks with me to this day. So that's
Oh yeah.
definitely a good one. So now that we've discussed a little bit of our musical preferences in a general way, we're going to get on to the part of this where we do some shuffling. Uh, so I'm asking Kat to share. So I should probably share too, right? It's only fair. So I'm going to hit shuffle play on my own library before we actually go to hers. And so we'll see what plays here. Okay, it is Tangerine by Glass Animals. This is a fairly new album that came out in, I think, a couple of years ago. Um, and I almost don't know how to describe like what genre Glass Animals is. I almost think of it as like kind of vibey, like rock kind of. I'm Googling it now to see if there's an English indie rock band. Okay. But they have some really good songs, and this particular one is Tangerine, and I can like hear it in my head. It has a really striking sound to it. I'm the reason I'm struggling a little bit is because I'm sure that Glass Animals has its own like genre name and people are well versed in it. I'm sure there's a lot of artists who are doing it, but I am not terribly well versed in. I just think that they've got a really kind of interesting style that I feel like I can always pick out their music when I hear it. I think Tangerine is really good. They have a bunch of other songs that I think are fantastic as well. On that particular album, they have some really great ones. Heat Waves, I feel like got, I don't know if it charted, but it was probably one of their bigger songs and it was from the same album. I also liked, I think it was I Don't Want to Talk. They had some really interesting songs that I've liked over the years. Oh, Space Ghost, I believe, is one of the songs that I like. That's also off the same album. Oh, Space Ghost Coast to Coast is what it's called. Sorry, I'm looking it up. But they just have a really striking kind of sound to them that my brain wants to say like, oh, it's vibey, but I don't think that really says much.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm familiar with Glass Animal, and I also like a lot of their music.
All right, that's good to know that I don't have horrible taste, or at least thus far, in trying to record these. So let's go ahead and move on to your playlist, Kat.
All right.
Oh no, what is
You'll
it?
ne- you'll never guess what came on.
Oh, I is it Ocean Man?
No. But
Oh no, what is it?
it's funny. It's Mean Kitty.
Oh my
The
God.
Mean Kitty song.
The Mean Kitty song. That was that
Hey,
guy who was
Little
on YouTube.
Sparta. Yes.
Yes.
I think you showed that
Little
to us
kitty.
first.
Oh my God, I remember that was a YouTube viral video from it had to have been the early 2010s
It
or
was
maybe even
right. It
before
was right
that.
at the start. It was right at the start of YouTube.
What was I don't think it couldn't have been at the start of YouTube because the start of YouTube was like 2006, 2005, 2006, that range.
I think it
And
was
I
only
I
a
didn't
few
even
years.
start I didn't even start like knowing what YouTube was until probably like 2007, actually maybe a little earlier than that, but I I mean I was an early adopter of YouTube, but I know for sure that that was a couple of years in. So I would say maybe
Okay.
2008, 2009 at the earliest. Um,
I found the video. No.
when did it come out?
15
Tell
years
me.
ago. I'm looking to see
I
if I
don't,
can
how
find
dare you ask me to do math?
September 5th, 2007.
Oh, did I not tell you? Did I
You're
not tell you?
amazing.
I am so good. I know things. But yes,
You
I do
are
remember finding
amazing.
that and showing it to all of you guys because that was that was early YouTube days. That would the in that situation, the comments or not comments, but the video description would have been off to the side and not beneath the video. So that was a whole huge thing with early YouTube is the creators would not point down like, oh, look for the information in the bottom bar. They didn't have that. So it was on, I think it was the right side, but people would always point to the wrong side because a lot of times cameras are like flipped. And so it was always funny to watch some of those old videos where they would like point off to the side and inevitably it was like the wrong side. But yeah,
That's
man,
funny.
that's
I
so
never
funny.
noticed that. I was too
Yeah,
young.
I'm a psycho. And so I noticed it every single time. But yeah, that's I have not thought about that in so long. That's so funny. So if there's a listener who has no idea what we're talking about, this was like a meme or it was an early meme. It was a very popular like viral YouTube song of a guy who I guess adopted a cat and his name was Sparta and he was a poorly behaved cat. He was like very bitey and he would sleep in the sink and he was doing cat stuff like normal cat stuff but kind of to a degree that I guess was annoying. And this guy made a whole song about it. So that's Mean Kitty. That's so funny.
I I recently, like within like a year ago, I found it on Spotify when I was doing a dive of like meme songs. So I have a lot of meme songs.
I do love a good meme song.
I listened to it on repeat probably for 2 hours straight.
It does kind of have that vibe where you could kind of like listen to it over and over and over again. It has that like hook, the little kitty part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on. What's the next one? That's such a good one to start with.
Okay. Okay. So speaking of that genre, that I kind of fell in love with after that the My Love Will Never Die. This is one of my favorite songs. It's called Glitter and Gold by Barnes Courtney.
I know
And
this song. It is
it
so good. I
is
love this
so
song.
good.
It is great. Legitimately. It has kind of a yeah, definitely I like what was the name of that genre that you were describing? Melodic something?
I don't know if it's the name of the genre, but it's how I describe it. It's epic melodic.
Yeah, I can see that. It definitely has Glitter and Gold definitely has some kind of like rock elements to it, which I mean a lot of modern music does, so that's not surprising. But it has again, it's really hard to describe genres because I feel like there's so many different ones.
There's so
And
many nuances with genres.
yeah, and I always feel like people will describe a genre to me and I'm just like sure, I don't know. Like I'm really basic when it comes to understanding genres. But yeah,
Yeah.
Glitter and Gold is one of those songs that to me, I have this category in my head called movie songs that I'm like,
Yeah.
this song should be in a movie. And it's like Glitter and
That's
Gold, it's Stole the Show by Kygo. Like there's a bunch of songs that I'm just like, oh man, this song belongs in a movie. And like even like Glass Animals Tangerine, what we were talking about earlier, I could see that being in a movie too, but it would have to be used in a very different way. Whereas like Glitter and Gold is like epic, um
like Misty Mountains.
Yes, like it would be kind of the, oh, what is that called? The like high point of the story. The plot
The
is happening.
climax.
The climax. It would be
Climax.
like the climax of the story, kind of. Whereas like a Glass Animals Tangerine is like the image I get in my head is a road trip,
Yeah,
like a slightly melancholic road trip.
I
Yeah,
feel that.
but
I feel that.
that's yeah, that's awesome. I love that song. It's a great song.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
Okay, so we can go ahead and continue at this point. We definitely haven't taken a few minute break. No, not at all. That is absolutely not what happened. I'm not cheap, and I'm definitely not using the free Zoom service where you can only have 40-minute long meetings. So let's go ahead and move on here and start with song number 3. So what do you got for us?
All right, I'm hitting skip to go to the next song. Okay, this is very me. So this is Far Side of the World by Tide Lines.
Okay,
It
I don't know
is
this one.
a folky pop.
That's a genre that
It's
appeals to you a lot.
yes, it does. My favorite instrument is indeed a bagpipe. So
I mean, look, there's worse.
there really are. It's a good song. I enjoy it.
Do you have any like particular stories about how you found this song or this artist, or what made you get really interested in the folk genre or folk pop genre?
I don't really know what really got me into it, but I mean, I know going to like TRF, Texas Ren Fair,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and
gotta say the full name.
yeah, going to Texas Ren Fair, it really like fostered my love for real old fashioned type style music like that, like the street performing.
Yeah, I definitely love that stuff too. I do. I love going to Ren Fair and just walking around and like listening to snippets of the various performers do their shows. It's one of my favorite parts is like walk around with a snack, look at people's pretty costumes, and just listen to the various musicians play.
Oh yeah, and I know I'm always around the stage what their Tartanic plays at when they're playing.
Ah, yes. Context, Tartanic is I would say kind of folk pop, I guess. But they use a lot of drums and bagpipes in their music.
Yes.
It is definitely very cool. I mean, Tartanic, haha, you get it? Okay. Now watch one of their songs to pop up when you hit next.
I know, right? But yeah, I really like that artist. I actually listen to a lot of Tide Line songs. It's what I imagine the teenagers are listening to over in Scotland, Ireland areas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm sure some of them are, but I also feel like it's very plausible that they are in fact just getting really, really drunk at rock festivals, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one, unless you have something else cool to say. And of course, I'm very excited to give these songs a listen, at least the ones I don't know, because I've known most of them so far.
Ooh, okay, this is one that I actually recently found on my deep dive into sea shanties.
Yes. The famous
called
2020 sea shanty rise in popularity.
I love sea shanties. They're so catchy.
They are very catchy.
They lean into the epic melodic too. It's
Ash
and Thorn. Oak and Ash and Thorn by The Longest Johns, which is a great name.
That's an incredible,
noticed.
Absolutely incredible name.
I listen to this song all the time, but I have never looked at the artist's name.
That's amazing. I love them just based on their name alone. I have to tell you, this is another one I don't know. I have heard some ooh, words are hard. I have heard some sea shanties, but I'm not familiar with this one. I didn't. A lot of people were really, really into it. I was like 2020, 2021. People got really into sea shanties, and I remember like hearing little snippets of it as I scrolled through social media and having a good old time. It was just something that never quite grabbed onto me, but I was also fighting my own demons at that particular time. So,
oh yeah,
I had other stuff.
I really enjoy it. I listen to sea shanties a lot on my way to play D&D.
Oh yes, you are in fact a D&D person. I feel like that also helps to explain your music taste. Yes, but I can see sea shanties being like a good way to get into the D&D vibes.
It's definitely a like mindset to get into.
Absolutely. So can we go on to the next song unless you have something else to tell me that's
No,
fascinating
but
about this particular song?
no, I'm enjoying listening to it while we're talking.
How dare you? I can't hear
Okay.
it. Unacceptable.
Okay, I don't even recognize this song. It's called Line Without a Hook by Rick Montgomery.
Line without a hook. That sounds like a country song. Line without a
It
hook.
doesn't sound like a country song.
Ricky Montgomery is the name of the person.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
Googling it.
I can read. It's Ricky Montgomery, not whatever I said.
You
I think I
probably
said
said
Rick
Ricky
Montgomery.
Montgomery and I just wasn't listening. So the genre it Google lists is alternative slash indie pop. And it came out in 2016, apparently. So I cannot hear the song, but I'm looking up the lyrics, see if there's anything that jumps out at me. Blah, blah, blah. I can feel all my bones coming back. Incredible. I do love a good, like, weird out of context lyric. What bones? I broke all my bones that day I found you. Amazing. I found hope in a heart attack.
What
I hope you didn't,
am I
sir.
listening to?
I broke all my bones. I broke my bones the day I found you. Lots of bone breaking. This guy, like, he needs to drink more milk or consume more vitamin D somehow, or vitamin C or whatever it is that's supposed to give you strong bones. Boniva.
It's like it's like a really nice, chill, calm vibe though, too.
About bones. I am absolutely gonna have to listen to that song because ooh, those lyrics were fascinating.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. I love that you have a song that you like don't even remember. That's very
Oh,
much
so
me.
many of my songs. So many of my songs I've listened to them once and being like, I like that song, add, and then I don't hear it again for like a year
Nice, nice.
because I have
How
so
many
many
songs
songs.
do you have in your Spotify liked? Oh, if you're on your phone, I don't know if it'll show it to you.
It says 1,684 songs.
Nice. See, this is why I'm doing this podcast because I only have like 1,300 or something like that. I clearly need song recommendations.
I actually recently went through and cleared my playlist of like duplicate songs too. So like
Oh, I've done that so
before
many
I
times.
cleared it, I had like 2,500. If that tells you how many duplicate songs that I had.
Wow. Song number
Thing to you.
6.
And then the one that just came up is I It's Me by, oh God, I'm going to say this wrong. Ashnikko?
Ashnikko, maybe? It
Ashnikko,
sounds
yes.
Japanese because Neko is cat in Japanese.
I've been really vibing with her music lately. I've had a few of her songs recommended to me on my Spotify, and almost every single time I'm like, yeah, I like that song, and I add it.
I've never heard him. I'm interested to listen to it. Is there what kind of can you give me information about genre or any kind
Punk,
of vibe? Ooh,
kind of
oh,
kind of punky. In my head, it's punky. I don't know if it actually is though.
There's a couple of genres.
Worse at genres than you.
Yeah, I'm Hi, It's Me, Your Best Friend. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Hi, It's Me, and that's the rest. The song title is Hi, It's Me, but that's like.
Do you want to know what Google says the genre is?
Yes.
It says hip hop / rap. Oh,
okay,
it's the same girl who
did.
Is it the same girl who did SlumberParty?
Yes!
I know SlumberParty. Yes.
I love that song.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like it's the same person. Okay, cool. So I know the artist, but I don't know the actual song. I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, it's a good song. I really enjoy it. I'm surprised I didn't have any of my techno or anything come up.
Well, we still have one song left.
Oh, we do.
Yes,
okay,
this is that.
We'll see what it is.
This one is song 7 is the next one.
Okay.
Unless we've missed one somehow, which is entirely plausible.
It's entirely plausible indeed. Okay. Next song is okay. This is kind of techno-y. That's a pretty good picture of my music taste. It's Light by Holo.
Another one I don't know.
You don't know this song? I thought you were going to know it
so.
immediately. I think you know it.
So.
You just don't know you know it.
It's very plausible. If you say it's like kind of electronic techno-y.
Yeah, it's like a calm. Oh gosh. Oh my God. What is the subgenre in techno that's like chill?
I want to say trap, but that's not it. It's
trance.
Trance. Yes.
I think it's kind of trancey vibes, but it's good. I like it. It's like upbeat enough that it's
Mm-hmm.
energizing, but it's
Yeah,
nice and chill.
our brother really likes trance music, right? Christopher
Definitely
enjoys trance.
got
That's one
this
of
from
his
him.
favorite
Oh
genres.
yeah. I think this is actually one of his favorite songs,
Oh,
or
good
at
to
least
know.
it was for a while.
Good to, I'll have to
It's
ask him.
good.
All right, cool. So we got 7 songs.
Maybe
Do
8
you have an ultimate recommendation of those 7?
of the 7 that we listened to.
So if you're a person, so like say that I actually end up editing this together and posting it publicly, and say somebody actually ends up clicking it and listens to it, and they're going, "I only have time to listen to one song." Like
I think Glitter
which
and
of the
Gold.
7? Glitter and Gold.
Glitter
Okay,
and Gold.
that's a good one.
That's probably one of my favorite, like one of my top 10 songs at the moment.
Yeah, I could definitely see
So
that. It's definitely a good one. I'm not sure because I have not heard all of these, but of the I think 2 that I have heard, I would have picked that same one too.
yeah, I really like that
Okay.
one.
And so would you say overall that this playlist, as it were, of 7 songs accurately represents your music preferences?
I mean, I think so because it really it kind of like cherry picked something from each kind of area of my specific preferences. The only thing that I didn't really play was I do actually like some country, and I didn't have any country songs come.
Yeah, I enjoy some
Um,
country as well. We
I
grew up
didn't
with it, so
like all praise the Queen, Dolly Parton.
oh,
Um,
truly, indeed.
and like
A moment of praise for Dolly Parton, a lifetime of
right,
praise for Dolly Parton.
a true goddess.
Indeed, a goddess among us, an angel among us, as she would probably
Yeah. Yeah, I
cast
didn't have
herself in a
any of my
movie.
like yeah, truly. I didn't have any of my like rap or any of my more like hardcore music,
Hmm.
and none of my screamo. Like I literally truly listen to everything. Like I even
Hmm.
have like Icelandic songs and stuff on my Spotify. So I have such a wide variety that it's really hard to get a really good window of my music preference, but I feel like this did a pretty good job. A sample pool of 7 out of 1,684 songs.
Hey, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
So, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it was pretty good.
All right. Well, that's good to know. And I now am very excited because I have some song recommendations to listen to myself. And so at this point, we'll probably wind down. And I want to say thank you for listening to the Shuffle Play On project. And thank you to Kat for agreeing to come on. Do you have anything you would like to add?
Not particularly. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I hope we will get to continue to listen to Danielle talk about music.
Cringe. Anyway, okay. I started this project because I wanted music recommendations. Obviously, it's a thinly veiled ploy to get music recommendations. But I also wanted to do something fun that helped me to connect with people. My goal with this project is to create and post 12 or more episodes over the course of 1 year. If you have feedback or want to contact me for other reasons, please go to my website, which is danielleklanglois.com. That is DanielleKlanglois.com for contact info, social media accounts, things like that. Or you could leave a comment/review or on whatever platform I happen to stick this on. Thank you very much for listening again, and I hope you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.